Hi, I'm Clive, and I'm going to talk to you today about endurance. In the summer, I love to watch the athletics events, and it's the long distance events that I really love. There's something about pushing yourself as hard as you can for as long as you can that I find really exciting. I'm going to ask you to help me today to test my endurance. I'm going to use these wrist strengtheners that I use every day in my morning exercises, and I'm going to try and beat my record. Now, my record is 100, but if I work hard and you help me count, I'm really sure that I can beat my record. Are you up for that? Do you think I can do that? Okay, so I'm going to keep going for as long as I can, as hard as I can, even though when the pain starts to kick in, it's going to get very hard. Now, if you can count with me, if you can count every 10, and every time you get to 10, put a finger up. By the time we get to those two hands being full, I'll have done 100. My wife's going to help me count to see that I can do it, so I know where I'm at. Okay, I'm going to try and keep talking to you while I'm squeezing, but it may be difficult after a while. Are you ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Quite easy at the moment. It's not a problem, is it? I'm just keeping going. The repetition is fine. It's trying to make me feel that it's difficult, but actually I think I can cope at the moment. Maybe in schoolwork you find that things are easier to start with, like maths or English or writing a story, but gradually it gets harder and harder, and you have to focus and concentrate. And maybe things start to go wrong and you think you're not very good at it, or someone tells you you're not very good at it, and you're guessing, and maybe they shouldn't tell you you're not very good at it. But
90.
we're up to 90, are we? We're getting there. Maybe talking about it helps. We're still there. This pain is setting in now. It's really getting harder and harder. I don't know if I can keep going any further. Another 2 or 3 perhaps. Another 1 or 2. Another 2. Last one. So, how many was that?
138.
138? I don't know. It was over 100 anyway. So I beat my record. I endured. I got there. Although my forearms at the moment are feeling very stiff, full of lactic acid. My wrists are really, I think I'm never going to move again. And my fingers, they've gone dead. Okay. So maybe for you, enduring, making things happen by just keeping going and keeping going. Maybe it's something you don't find easy. Maybe for me, it's just a bit easier because I've been practicing. But endurance, it comes from within. It's a case of just keeping going, being sure that you can keep going and not giving in. You can be tired, you can have a bit of pain, you can have a bit of difficulty, but actually keeping going, you get there. Thank you for that. When I was 15, I took part in a 50-mile walk. It was a challenge. It was issued by the President of the United States. Can you walk 50 miles without stopping? Well, we started at 6 o'clock on a Sunday evening, and by 20 miles, my feet were badly blistered. I was actually on my own. Everybody else around me had given up, and I was feeling desperately lonely. It was dark, and I thought, I've got another 30 miles to go. I'm never going to make it. My thighs were really aching and painful. And that next 2 hours, between 20 and 30 miles, I thought, I can't make this. I'm never going to make it. I'm going to have to give up. But I couldn't give up because there was no one to take me home at that point. I had to keep going. I pressed on. And eventually I got home in 10 hours and 22 minutes. I broke the school record and I beat the next person by over 2 hours. I'd endured the pain, I'd endured the tiredness, the darkness, the loneliness, and I got to the end. I'd endured, I'd succeeded. And 55 years later, I still hold the record. I'm still so excited about that achievement, one of the best achievements of my life. But when I was a teacher 20 years later, I entered a marathon. It was only 26 miles, but it was a run. And when things got tough and I got to the top of a very steep hill and I'd hit the wall, as they call it, I gave up. And that's the biggest regret I have in my whole life. So the excitement of enduring 50-mile walk and getting there, holding the record, was wiped out by giving up on an event I should have been able to succeed in. St. Paul in the Bible talks about forgetting what lies behind and straining towards the goal to win the prize for which God has called me in Jesus Christ. And he also says, and these are words I never forget, there is nothing I cannot do with the help of the one who gives me strength. That endurance comes from within me. Yes, it may do, but it's certainly helped by my faith in Jesus. Things will be difficult for you from time to time. Life's like that. It's not always easy. But there's something good about giving your all, about giving your very best, about overcoming difficulties, about keeping going till you get there, about not giving up at the first hurdle, however bad things may be. Someone said, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And I heard someone say the other day, be like a stamp, stick at it till you get there. And if you have others to help you, or like St. Paul, God to help you, maybe you can endure anything. You can keep going right to the bitter end. A great sea captain used to use this prayer. Oh God, you know that whenever you ask us to do any great thing, it's not the beginning, but seeing it through to its finish that reveals the true glory. Through Jesus Christ, who for the completion of your work laid down his life. That came from a great sea captain who sailed all the way around the world. So he knew something about endurance. You might like to say the Lord's Prayer now, and then I'll finish with the blessing that I always give on these occasions. God bless those who I love, and God bless those who love me. And God bless those who love those who I love, and bless those who love me. Amen.